Bookman. Some words taken from, and also some words for, John Ashbery. Tangled versions of the truth. Stories born from telling. You conjure them into existence, only to say they are here. The slow and declining day opens new avenues into the town along which the light travels. A certain richness of particulars. These are two poems from some years ago, but I've saved them in my unpublished material. The short lyrics, one's a little longer than the other. The first one is called Dark Horse. A kaleidoscopic wheel you mount. Realize the copper fount of bitter memories is all too real. Imagination's dark horse you feel, twilight's steel, and pearls are tossed upon the floor. Realize once more it's not too late. Hollow bones depict no fate before evening's silver gate. The second poem from the older days, Summer Fever, Summer Madness. The morning's distant sky is shot with dawn's crackling fingers. The hard sound of flowers blooming in the garden, and the day crashes down upon us. Fire and sand, the sun crumbles, and light like a giant walks the land. Dust aches beneath the foot. Second part. Maddened by the afternoon's diamonds, the sun collapses upon the horizon in catastrophic crimson and gold, fracturing the vault of the sky into a cloudy wreckage of light. Part 3. Slowly, ripples of smoke thrust their slowly graying fingers across a twilight's wall of green. The fourth part. Darkened hours drift, turn warmly deep, and fold quietly by turns. I board the sudden ship of sleep. Two poems from 3 songs for children. First one is Cycles of Kathleen in 4 parts. Part 1. You imagine you see me as I am, but in reality you see me only as I appear. Love goes beyond appearances to that which is the essence. It is your essence I seek, not your vision. It is you I would hold, not your life. Part 2. Separate title, The Searcher and the Sought For. The girl gave of her cup to drink, and I drank, and myself I saw. She held before me a mirror, and said, Is this whom ye seek? Behold, I am here. The chambers of your heart are graven in me. For thee was I made. In me is what you seek. Part 3. Motion sideways was impossible, so one clung to the slender spar of the ship, praying the water wouldn't extinguish it like a flame. Though later, piloted upon the toothed rocks, the ship splintered. Fragments of oars spun heavenward amidst tackles of flying ropes and foam. But through the eruption, our ship of stars, the unicorn and I had come home. Part 4. The long-forgotten sails of wind tremble upon the shoreline's bend, where walking Kathleen and I send glances of everlasting love. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
The Cycles of Kathleen, a poem in 4 parts. Okay.
Sorry.
The Cycles of Kathleen, a love poem in 4 parts. I'll pause between the parts. You imagine that you see me as I am, but in reality, you see me only as I appear. Love goes beyond appearances to that which is the essence. It is your essence I seek, not your vision. It is you I would hold, not your life. This has a separate title, The Searcher and the Sought For. The girl gave of her cup to drink, and I drank, and myself I saw. She held before me a mirror and said, "Is this whom ye seek? Behold, I am here. The chambers of your heart are graven in me. For thee was I made. In me is what you seek." Motion sideways was impossible, so one clung to the stubborn spar of the ship, praying the water wouldn't extinguish it like a flame. Though later, piloted upon the toothed rocks, our ship splintered. Fragments of oars spun heavenward amidst tackles of flying rope and foam. But through the eruption, our ship of stars, the unicorn and I had come home. The long-forgotten sails of wind tremble upon the shoreline's bend, where walking Kathleen and I send glances of everlasting love. Reminiscences. Shelley, or the man Keats, which one he didn't remember, but there was the old church with its moldering stones. As a child, he walked its paths in the dry twigged spring, and the earth exhaled its secrets. The dead, being given duty, sent forth their forces, subtle fingers that troubled the buds. A parable for anthroposophy. Consider, O child, how alien was the land in which we lived, how barren, without substance, how its stars, like glittering shells, glimmered distantly and differently above us. Yet its dawns gave strength, and the morns, gathering together their harmonies, permeated the hearts of those who would hear. Thus, the time came when, like an egret over dark, snowy waters, one rose. His image dove, and the two met, making that larger room into which stepped the etheric, light-like Christ. California Quartet, 4 poems with separate titles. To the Sierra Madre. Sandy creams, sage greens, chalky red and chalky yellow trucks. In the distance, the bare rock backs of the mountains, the dry, wrinkled hills. At road edge, cloudy, lace-like broom, and party-colored leaves of poison oak. I lifted my eyes to the silent, beckoning blue. In the distance, the bare rock backs of the mountains, the dry, wrinkled hills. Dusty days in San Jose, leaves of light, dryly bright, gathering juices, sweet and deep, upon the ridges, bluish fogs sleep. Aphrodite, California. Golden Aphrodite of the beautiful body, foam-born goddess, mistress of congregated oak, of shining tassels of Spanish oats, the sovereign of your skies, the ardent amber pendant of the sun. Turquoise sunset with palms, blank blue California pool, tawny slopes, sprinkled oaks.
Okay.
Egyptian to an octave. Tomb's golden foot gilds the western steps. Our birth here was a kind of death, a settling of ourselves, as it were, into soil. Camels amble desert-wise, sacred stones, sunlit tombs. After Aristotle, within the face of a woman lies a man's body. Within the face of a man lies a woman's. When a man and a woman commingle, these other two bodies also mingle. Thus, in the union of a man and a woman, there exists not two, but four parties, and the involvement is correspondingly mixed. Little aphorisms, a series of intuitions, somewhat scientific intuitions, but I think poetic at the same time. And there are 5 of them, and I'll just read them one after another, slight pauses in between. Time and space, the parents. Motion, the child. To measure space takes time. To measure time takes space. What space creates, time destroys. Concepts, the matter of mind. Time is the essence of science, of art, eternity. This is some newer work, a little more metaphysical in character. It's on the art. And of course, the art is the art of poetry. That is the art. 4 comments on it. The appearance of the text of the poem on the page is part of the form of the poem and should not be neglected. In true poems, eternity trickles into time. Poetry was understood by the Orphics to be a sacerdotal art. Poetry, the art of the word. Two short poems. I think they go together, so I'll read them together, one after the other. The first one is The Alchemist, and the second one is The Archangel. The Alchemist. Deity is its own solution, and the only solution to the enigma of the world. Thus, for the alchemist, all things dissolve or are resolved in God. The Archangel, revealing reality by severing the knot of appearances, his sword of thought, bearing the word, conquers the world. Imagine, put it somewhere. Another aphorism, somewhat again scientific in character. What the womb of space creates, the fires of time destroy.